Saturday AI Stories. This story is a work of AI fiction. All names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this story are fictitious and do not portray actual people or events. The Last Bookstore on Mars. In the year 2089, Earth finally coughed up its last breath, and humanity, in its endless quest for survival and a decent cup of coffee, had relocated to Mars. The red planet was not what you'd call hospitable, but it was survivable, which, given the circumstances, was saying a lot. It was here, amidst the dust storms and the domed cities, that the last bookstore in the known universe decided to open its doors. Its name? Kilgore's Refuge, a nod to an author who had once made people believe in the power of stories. The owner, a lanky, middle-aged man named Jonas Kilgore, claimed to be a distant relative of Kurt Vonnegut's fictional character, Kilgore Trout. No one knew if this was true, or even possible, but in those days, people clung to stories like life rafts, so nobody questioned it too much. Kilgore's Refuge was a peculiar place, its shelves stocked with books that had survived the Great Migration from Earth. These books were more than just bound paper, they were relics of a world that had lost its battle with itself. Among the collection were titles that had made people laugh, cry, and ponder the mysteries of existence, books by Vonnegut himself, alongside Asimov, Clarke, and Le Guin. There was also a surprisingly large section dedicated to self-help books, which Jonas claimed were for historical purposes. The clientele of Kilgore's Refuge was as diverse as the books it housed. There were scientists seeking a break from their research, engineers tired of tinkering with life support systems, and children whose imagination outpaced the bounds of their domed existence. They all sought something within the pages of the books Jonas provided, a connection to Earth, to humanity, or just a fleeting distraction from the fact that they were millions of miles from their ancestral home. One day, a rumor started circulating that Earth's demise had been greatly exaggerated. According to whispered conversations over cups of synthetic coffee, Earth was recovering, sprouting green amidst the gray. The rumor, unsubstantiated as it was, sparked a hope that spread through the Martian colonies like wildfire. Jonas, ever the skeptic, watched this development with a mixture of amusement and concern. He knew better than most that hope was a dangerous thing. It had a way of mutating, of becoming something unrecognizable. Still, he couldn't help but feel a stir of something akin to hope within his own chest. As the weeks turned into months, and no concrete evidence of Earth's revival surfaced, the initial fervor began to fade. The patrons of Kilgore's Refuge returned to their routines, their dreams of a green Earth dimming with each passing day. But something had shifted. The stories they read now held a different weight, a recognition of their responsibility to not repeat the mistakes of the past. Jonas noticed more discussions, more planning, more determination to make Mars not just survivable, but livable. In an unexpected twist, Kilgore's Refuge started receiving shipments of new books, written by the inhabitants of Mars. These works were filled with tales of resilience, of adaptation, and of hope, not the naive hope for a miraculous Earth rebirth, but a grounded hope for the future of humanity on Mars. Jonas Kilgore, standing amid the stacks of his bookstore, couldn't help but smile. Perhaps, he thought, this was the purpose of Kilgore's Refuge all along, not just to remind people of where they came from, but to inspire them to create a better story for where they were going. And in the grand scheme of things, he figured, maybe Kurt Vonnegut would have appreciated the irony that the last bookstore on Mars, named for one of his characters, helped humanity to finally, after everything, grow up. The end.